This is a time of celebration and a time when we welcome you, showing your appreciation for the achievement of the graduates here today. So please do feel free to show this appreciation when they cross this stage in a few minutes' time, and really let them hear your applause and your cheers. We hope that you all enjoy the ceremony. And now, ladies and gentlemen, will you please all stand?
Please be seated. Please would you welcome to the stage members of the University Choir, Dodeci Voce.
So no one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you're broke, your love life's your way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. And when it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year, but I'll be there for you when the rain starts to fall. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause you're there for me too.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. You're very welcome. Distinguished guests, colleagues, friends, families, and graduates. It's my great pleasure to welcome you to the university's Academic Awards ceremony for the Faculty of Education and Society. Our Vice-Chancellor, Shirley Atkinson, who cannot join us this afternoon, sends her warmest regards and congratulations to all our graduates. On the platform today, I am delighted that, alongside our esteemed guests, governors and faculty staff, we also warmly welcome a distinguished guest and a very good friend of the university, Alistair Stewart. Perhaps best known as a presenter of the ITV News at 10 during his 30-year career, Alistair has covered some of the biggest national and international events, including the fall of the Berlin Wall and the Iraq War. Alistair Stewart is a passionate supporter of our work in the university, and he was awarded an Honorary Doctorate of Arts in 2012. We are exceptionally pleased that Alistair has joined us today and will address us at the end of today's ceremony. Graduates, today is your day. This is the moment to reflect on your personal achievement and to celebrate. I hope you feel proud to be associated with an institution recognized for its excellence, its friendliness, and its commitment to students. I'm sure you'd like to join me in thanking our dedicated and inspirational university staff. Their expertise, engagement, and unwavering support for students is the fabric of our university. We are immensely proud that all our students benefit from exceptional teaching, our research-informed curriculum, our practice and industry-based academics, and excellent facilities. We are absolutely focused on ensuring that all students are given the best opportunity to succeed. Also, of course, we must thank the parents, friends, and relatives here today. Your support over many years has been so important in making today's celebration possible. So, it's been a great year for the University of Sunderland. We continue to be recognised as a global institution with more than 10,000 students studying at one of our 3 campuses, Sunderland, Canary Wharf in London, and now our newly opened campus in Hong Kong. We are developing opportunities for students to study across these 3 locations, and we're delighted that 250 students from Sunderland are spending time at our London campus over the summer. We also continue to work closely with educational partner institutions in 17 countries that teach our degree courses. But we are, first and foremost, Sunderland's university. Our economic impact on the city and the North East is highly significant. We generate over 400 million of gross value added to the economy, and we support 5,300 jobs in the North East alone. Earlier this year, His Royal Highness the Duke of York launched our new degree apprenticeship programme, and our commitment to employability has seen a further rise in the job prospects of our graduates. Figures released last week show that 94.2% of our graduates are in work or further study within 6 months of leaving university. Recently, we were awarded a silver rating in the first Teaching Excellence Framework National Assessment. The award places us alongside other high-performing universities such as York, Sheffield, Manchester, Bristol, and Durham. The expert panel of assessors highlighted our excellent engagement with employers in developing and teaching degree courses, so that our students acquire the vital knowledge and skills highly valued by employers. We were also commended for how we tailor learning to each individual student's needs, and the panel congratulated us on, and I quote, an institutional culture that facilitates and encourages excellent teaching. And this silver award is especially fitting as the university celebrates its 25th anniversary this year. In 1992, the Polytechnic became the University of Sunderland. The same year, Sunderland achieved city status. This accolade sits alongside our performance in research, which has had 10 areas of specialism officially rated as world leading. Our academics are involved in impactful work across a wide range of challenging issues, including public health, drug development, cybersecurity, nanomaterials, advanced manufacturing, domestic violence, and many more. Investment in our facilities has continued apace with the opening of our new Centre for Enterprise and Innovation to support businesses and entrepreneurial graduates in the city, and the opening of our fabulous simulated learning environment, the Living Lab, which provides cutting-edge facilities for healthcare. We are making significant investment in advanced manufacturing and engineering to support the region's economic strategy. We have brought together the National Glass Centre and the Northern Gallery for Contemporary Art under the umbrella of a new culture company, and are leading the way in developing highly skilled employment opportunities across the creative industries. And in our Faculty of Education and Society, under the excellent leadership of Professor Ian Neal, the last year has seen many highlights. In social sciences, Professor Catherine Donovan received support from the Big Lottery Fund for her work that supports families affected by domestic violence. Mr. Drew Dalton, lecturer in social studies, has received an array of awards for his research and campaigning to promote equality and diversity, including Individual Who Has Made a Difference in the North East Equality Awards. Thanks to the faculty's independent distance learning programs, students in over 50 countries across the globe are studying programs in all 3 schools of the faculty at master's and honours level, flexibly and independently. We expect the number of these students studying via this route to reach over 1,000 next year. We are extending the accreditation of these professional programs to places such as Hong Kong, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt, so that our awards will allow successful students to practice professionally with their University of Sunderland qualification. And next year, we will be extending these flexibly delivered independent learning programs to students across the UK as well. And so, class of 2017, in this silver anniversary year, please enjoy this moment. You have made enduring connections and built lifelong friendships in your time here. And please keep in touch with us. Our Careers and Employability Service is open to you for 3 years after graduation. And of course, we hope very much you'll join our long-standing alumni community. We hope we have shown you new ways of thinking, to be open and receptive to ideas, curious and creative, resilient and purposeful, and passionate about your ambitions. You are the tomorrow makers. Your success is our success, and you make us very proud.
I now call upon Professor Ian Neal, the Dean of the Faculty of Education and Society, to make his presentation.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, I have pleasure in presenting the following who have been awarded the Postgraduate Certificate in Early Years Teaching. Nalodja Suhaji Basil. Leslie Lou Helmsley. Peter Hugh Jones. Amy Louise Christine Robbins.
I now call upon Alistair Stewart to address you.
Chairman, Deputy Vice-Chancellor, members of the University, ladies and gentlemen, what a fabulous afternoon we've had. It's an enormous pleasure, an honour for me to be standing here, yes, as an honorary graduate of this great university, but to be in front of so many of the hard-working, high-achieving, real things has given me an absolute thrill. Meeting you all, hearing what you've done, it's just been an uplifting afternoon, and I bet the cheering, shouting, screaming, whee lot over here echoed just a little bit of what they felt. It's been a great afternoon. You made it. We celebrate your huge achievements. The Chancellor, it's lovely when that happens. The Chancellor, Steve Cram, sadly can't be here due to other duties that demanded his brilliant presence. I'm honoured to stand in his place and not to have to try and run as fast as him around a pretty lengthy track. But he's a great, great Chancellor of this university, and I know that he genuinely sends his warmest best wishes to all of you and hopes, as your two colleagues said, that you'll keep in touch with this university, as indeed he does whenever he can. So you don't get the Jarrow Arrow, you get the Bramdean Broadcaster today, but I'll do my best to fill those spiked feet. The university from which you've just graduated is steeped in history. It honours and brings great glory to an important part of the United Kingdom, which also bristles with pride. Pride in an industrial history, much of which has now gone, but pride in the ability, through hard work and imagination, to replace those old smokestack industries, sometimes quite dangerous and perilous, with new, clever, entrepreneurial industries that still create wealth and still provide jobs. And they are the industries of your generation, not of mine. And I think and hope that you found in your time with us that that spirit echoes right across the campus, across the university, that itself has played a pivotal role in that evolution as this lovely part of the world transitions from one old industrial state to a new and vibrant one. It's what good universities have always done. My own university, Bristol, was built on fortunes made out of slavery and tobacco. Not the greatest moral achievements in anybody's book. They smuggled people in, flogged them for a fortune, and then sat back and had a fag to celebrate. The older ones amongst you will remember W.D. and H.O. Wills. That was the company that did it. But nowadays, Bristol University boasts one of the greatest medical schools in the country and also has a fantastic veterinary school as well. So that which was built upon the hardship of humanity and the ability to poison ourselves is now providing genius young people like yourselves with the ability to cure others and even look after animals. What goes around comes around. But it's also a university that's aware of its place within a community, and you're just the same. Indeed, there's a big difference. Many of you actually come, not all, but many come from this community. I know for a fact that you will have looked at other universities, other courses. You will have checked claim against counterclaim. But ultimately you came back here, and in my view you made an absolutely top-rate choice. Because from my earliest engagement with this institution, I've been able to understand why. Yes, the North East is a wonderful part of England and the UK, populated by a folk rich in their own culture, possessed of a deep friendliness, and guided by a sense of their own destiny. At the university itself and its great staff, their relationships with the student body, their teaching methods, the educational vision of the university have rightly and regularly, as the Deputy Vice-Chancellor said, been honoured by other institutions. You look at a good university, you look at its people, and you know why it's good. So you were right in choosing Sunderland. But here's a bit of a challenge. You don't only leave this place with a bit of paper that's got Sunderland stamped on it. You leave this place with a bit of Sunderland stamped on you. You've helped create the brand that is Sunderland over the time you spent with us, and you will take that brand with you. It's taken generations to achieve, and your own generation have just augmented it. So wear that with great pride, because you're now a part of that new history. Your deeds here added to the luster of the place, which at one level is just a scattering of buildings, of lecture theatres, tutorial rooms, cinemas and theatres. But at a much more important and profound sense, it is a community of like-minded men and women who've come together for a purpose. And I think the fact that you're graduating in the Faculty of Education and Society says so much about it. Criminologists, people who are studying the curriculum that we want our young folk to study and thrive in. People who are putting together a mixture of academic challenges in your combined degree. To me, that defines university. Yes, you can do just one subject and do brilliantly at it, but education, society. You all leave with niche qualifications that are going to help us make this a better society. I know a little bit about education because I'm the proud dad of 4 children. It's expensive, isn't it? But there you are. This lot are just smiling because you've just finished. But my kids range across the spectrum. One of them was a Winchester scholar. He went to Oxford University. He got a first-class honours degree. And at the other end of the spectrum, we have a 19-year-old son who just about hung on in there, just about made it to 16, with 3 GCSEs and an awful lot of apologies. But some of you, and colleagues that we honoured this morning, are looking at education, but are also looking at other ways of helping those young people. And the lesson of my 19-year-old son, the older one will look after himself, is whatever you're doing, whether it's English as a second language, whether it's criminology, that's a bit close to home, or whatever it is, always look for the person, not who's going to thrive naturally, but the one you can help, the one you can pick up, the one you can help develop, because those are the gifts that you've been given by this great university, and as a result of that, you really can and you really will make a big difference. Here's another truth about you lot, and it's not particularly scientific, it's more arithmetic. It is a steady, logical progression. It is geometric. And I want you to think about this just for a moment. In just 6 years, most of you have gone from a clutch of GCSEs via a fistful of A-levels to the singular honour of a degree or certificate in higher education. It's a brilliant escalator of achievement that you've done yourselves. And we're so very, very proud of you in doing that, that we would encourage you to suspend the strictures of many, many faiths and accept that pride is not a sin always, and that you are entitled to feel very proud of what you've done. And here's another slightly contentious point. Please don't be terrified by student debt, because it's only when you are earning enough to pay it back that you will be asked to pay it back. And if that time comes, you'll cope. And if it doesn't, well chosen. I also know just a little bit of society. 40 years a journalist, 65 years a member of the human race. I've reported on great moments in history where humanity's risen up demanding a different, fairer, better society. I've reported on pitched battles not a million miles from here in the 1980s between one set of vested economic interests against another. And some of those battles are coming back to see us again. But that was then, and this is now. You now have a scroll that says what you've achieved. Cherish it, dwell upon it, be proud of it. But much more importantly, we hope that you clutch, metaphorically, to something much more important. A set of beliefs that learning matters, that knowledge is good, that working together is more fruitful than the solitary pursuit of positive and personal aggrandizement, that argument itself is positive, that ignorance is a scourge, and that a lack of education is a tragic waste of human potential. You leave here with learning, cherish that. You leave here with new friends, cherish them, even if you nearly want to do the during that song right at the very beginning. We spotted you. But most importantly, what you really leave here with is a license to change the world and to make it a better place than we have. You are an elite. You're qualified to make a better fist of it, to make it a better place for those who are less fortunate than you. You're a generation full of hope, a society poised to take command of this society, aware of its environment, pained by its inequalities, angry with its prejudices, and proud of its potential. As the Vice-Chancellor and the Deputy Vice-Chancellor say, you are the tomorrow makers. Imagine, believe, as your colleagues said in their brilliant speeches. So it thrills me to look out at all of you and say, I can see tomorrow makers, all of you. I've shaken your hands, but I can now see what you can do. As you leave here, I hope in most cases, to the loving arms of your parents and your siblings or your guardians, even if it's only briefly touching base before you then leap off to the next wonderful adventure, just remember what they went through to put you are where you are today. Great pride on all of those faces now, but it was a bit of sacrifice as well, wasn't it? Yeah? Making ends meet, cutting corners, listening to the moans and groans. Why didn't you stand up and give them a big round of applause for what they have done for you? So my final words are very, very simple. From the bottom of my heart, the warmest congratulations to each and every one of you. But make sure you use it. Go out there and make this a better place. You owe that to us. But most importantly, you owe it to yourselves. You are a brilliant group of people, and it's been a total joy to spend time with you this afternoon. My warmest congratulations, and good luck to you all.
I now call upon the Deputy Vice-Chancellor to confer the awards on those students presented here today and on those who are qualified but are unable to be present.
Thank you, Alistair, for those wonderfully insightful and moving words. And thank you also to our graduate duo for your very inspiring comments. So this is the final formal part of today's ceremony. So can I ask all students, please, to stand and to put your mortarboards on. And this is a photo opportunity. Are we ready? By the authority vested in me as Deputy Vice-Chancellor of the University of Sunderland, I now formally admit you to the degrees, diplomas and certificates for which you have been presented today. Many congratulations, well done and good luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the ceremony. Would you please stand as the procession leaves?